Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Tonight, we are casting week 4 of the United Rogue Reborn Season 1 Call of Duty League. My name is Space. I am joined in the booth by the lovely, talented, the smart, sometimes questionable Epec. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man. Just got home from work. Excited to get in the booth here with you. Back in action. Some say the best duo casting in the UR. I'm not going to speak on anything. I love my guys, Big Dog, everybody else who casts. I want a quick shout out for the guy at Texas Cyclone in here with us, making everything run smoothly. Let's get some Wexus Y-clones in the chat.
Yes, absolute hearts in the chat for Mr. Texas. You don't see him a lot. You don't hear from him a lot, but he does everything behind the scenes, especially in the mainstream. He is what makes us able to do all of this for you guys. He gives us a lot of tips, a lot of tricks, brings up all the statistics, all of the nice little broadcasting. He even plays the music, for crying out loud. Like, what can't this guy do, Epec?
I mean, he does everything for us. He's got us here, and with the cams up for the stream. He's got all the information over here on the side for me, so I can look at all the maps. That makes our job so much easier.
Absolutely makes our job so much easier. But enough about us, enough about Texas, as much as we love him. Let's hop into this match set, and we have a banger. We got Ottawa versus Atlanta, and we're finally in group stage play. And looking at this matchup, tell me what your first thoughts about it are.
I mean, first thoughts, obviously, Ottawa with some roster changes coming into it. I know they had Cat and Raba just recently, letting those guys go. You pick up Siege. I'm interested to see what the roster will do. Obviously, I liked what I saw from them with Cat and Raba. Two guys who were playing very well. Two guys that I'm very close friends with. Love those guys. So, I mean, I'm just excited to see what Ottawa can do, with a new roster.
I'm absolutely excited. And speaking of the new roster, let's bring up the rosters right now. We're going to have Fuji, Mystic, Sweet Babby Ray, Diablo, and Chunk rounding out that Pandas lineup. As you can see, number 3 in the rankings. They absolutely have been frying on all cylinders. And then you see on that Ottawa side, the newcomers, Siege and Bits, followed up by the bottom tier of the leagues, Barebutt, Icon, and Foliage. Now, looking at these first, looking at these rosters, what really side?
I mean, it's got to be the top 2 matchups. Kuji and Mystic against Siege and Bits. We saw Bits, try to fill in for KCC. that experiment didn't work great with Replays as a diamond. Now Replays is ranked down to plat. Bits gets let go. Now he's teamed up with Siege. We'll see if that roster, can make some noise. For Atlanta, the roster move that they make, pick up Sweet Baby Ray. I mean, I love the guy. Alex is great. And that roster's kind of scary now. I mean, Mystic's been playing phenomenally all season. Kuji's a dog. That guy's going to give you a lot of great work.
Yeah, I mean,
that guy Kuji's going to give you a ton of great work. And then now you add Alex into the mix. That's a scary squad.
Yeah, absolutely scary squad. I believe Alex was ranked down recently to gold, so we're gonna have to see if the ranking committee did get that one right. Already question marks on if Mystic himself should be a diamond, but Atlanta already got rid of Lurch because of his rank up to plat. Picks up a really solid gold in Sweet Baby Ray. I just recently played with him. He was playing really well, so hoping he can round out this Atlanta roster who hopes to make really good leeway in the playoffs and hoping to take out a dub here. Now, I want to look at the map set here, and it's an interesting one. Not one you see a lot of because Invasion to start off followed by double Karachi. Who do you think that's going to favor?
I mean, you got to lean towards Atlanta just from raw slaying power, especially for a map like Karachi. You look at the control. You look to see Atlanta try and take control of that. You look to see them try and take control of the series there. So, I mean, ultimately, that's kind of what I'm looking to see. The map 1 Invasion, I think, could be a toss-up. Obviously, Kuji running around with that SMG has been gross. Mystic on the AR, that's been a great dynamic duo. We're kind of seeing that more as the season progresses. The teams that have the diamond sub with the plat AR that are going crazy are tending to do pretty well.
Exactly. And then if we end up getting we're going to get that Karachi control, a very spawn trap heavy map. I just recently had to play that map, and you can, even on offense, you can set up a nasty spawn trap towards that back useless. Call it the attached spawn trap for a reason, and you can get someone set up there. It should be an easy B point, easy offensive wins. That A point is pretty much all guaranteed to be capped in this game mode, so you got to put a lot of emphasis on that B point on offense. And if we end up making it to a map 4 and even a map 5, sub-base hardpoint, we know how mixy that can be. I believe new P3 spawns recently came in on the recent patch, and it's felt like they've been a little less mixy, but we all know how sub-base can be.
Oh, yeah. I mean, sub-base is obviously a very slay-heavy map. With the changes to P3, now it's, a map that you can lock down some of these hills, earn a lot of time on. So maybe we're seeing a little bit more precise gameplay on sub-base than maybe our initial launch week where it was kind of just hectic all over the place. Now you're seeing more games actually go to their score completion as opposed to time. So I still think sub-base favors Atlanta. I think they've just got the raw slaying power here that I'd look for that to carry them in this series.
Absolutely, but don't count out the side of Ottawa. They got 2 really good ARs, especially if Bits is host, and that man is a diamond on his host, and they will try to get those top snow, that top 3 positions, top warehouse, whatever it may be. And then we have an Invasion S&D to round it out. But it looks like, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for the gameplay. Starting it off, map 1 Invasion, Atlanta versus Ottawa. I'm excited, Epic.
I mean, I'm looking forward to it. We don't get to see too much Invasion. A lot of teams just don't really like the map. But, I mean, I think this is a map that can play pretty well. Obviously, a heavy emphasis on rotations. It's a pretty big map. If your team's able to lock down and win those rotation gunfights, you should be able to take it home.
Yeah, you actually want to rotate, especially that Palace Hill. A full 60 is almost guaranteed. If you break it, it's a huge momentum shift for the team that's able to break it. But as we hop on board with Mr. Legendary Diablo himself, a man who's been in the scene, a man who's been doing it, he's going to hit this P3 route, or P2 route, and everybody's fighting for middle map controls. Bits finds the first blood onto Alex.
Yeah, the fights come through initially on this P1. Look for it to be pretty scrappy. A lot of emphasis is going to be put early towards P2. You already see Diablo over there, Siege, have a gunfight. It's a big win for Diablo. He's going to continue to lock down this P2 area. And for P1, Atlanta just want to make it mixy. White time is good time here if you've got the rotation.
Yeah, white time is good time, but the spawns all over the place. Ottawa does have a huge chunk of time already, 25 seconds and counting. 20 seconds left on this hill. I don't know if Atlanta is going to decide to give this up. Looks like Sweet Baby Ray might try to play for this scrap time. Put some shots into Siege. Is going to try to challenge this. Does find it on the bear, but Siege able to take out Diablo. They're going to have control of P2 while Atlanta's spawning back Palace.
Yeah, it's a fantastic start for the Ottawa Savage. I mean, you get a good chunk of time P1, some great shots from Kuji to rip CJ, but so far, so good for Ottawa. If you can lock down this P2, win some of these gunfights, Bits, able to find 2 big ones, almost gets the 3rd, but fortunately, Alex is there for Atlanta. But the spawns come through.
Those of you in the chat, Alex is Mr. Sweet Babby Ray, so just if you guys don't know, we just wanted to let it make known. But Ottawa now has these back palace spawns and they're set up. Kuji finds a nice little rip onto Icon. Sweet Babby Ray finds another, but Bits and Siege combined for 2. Time is 30 seconds left, and they find a kill mid-map. Look for the rotation to come in from Atlanta. They're going to be the first ones to that nil hill, and they should have the back gas spawns, as it looks like Ottawa is going to try to fight through old and mid-map.
Yeah, I mean, this is a huge sequence in this game. If you're Atlanta, you get the scrap time. Most importantly, though, you have the cutoffs for the rotation. Sweet Baby Ray putting the shots in. A great read here, but he's unable to win it. That's a huge 2-piece from Bits. 6 and 3, maybe some question marks about him. After some maybe slightly considered lackluster performances with Kansas City, given his standards of play. But the guy's frying here early on Invasion.
Yeah, and you see right here, they get those back blue spawns, and Bearbutt just walks through the front uncontested, finds a kill onto Diablo. Now, the spawns right here, number 2, Kuji is by himself playing this Rugs, and Sweet Babby Ray is going to try to challenge, and they do actually find up getting 2 and make that 3 as a, actually, I should apologize. Icon finds one on Kuji, but Atlanta now soaking up a little bit of time. Icon's going to challenge, find 2 of his own. And this hill, you know, P3 tends to be a really good money hill for most teams, but it looks like it's going to be mixy early, but Ottawa now has full control.
Yeah, it's a great break from Ottawa. You get the early setup for Atlanta. Maybe just a couple gunfights don't go your way. But, I mean, Atlanta's got the spawns for Palace, and already, even though we have another hill to go before we get there, you can see the heavy emphasis being put on it. Bearbutt taking that route through mid, trying to get through. He's going to find 1, but he's going to get traded out. Atlanta stabilizing. Sure, they're going to be down about 40 points here, but if they can make this next hill a little scrappy, they've got the Palace rotation, and for Invasion, that's everything.
Yeah, a huge kill out of Bearbutt too to find Kuji in that top blue position. You see number 6 on the minimap. I don't think they're going to be ready for Icon. He is hitting up this Palace ladder. Should have a free kill unless he decides not to shoot his gun. He's just going to play his life here. Now, number 3, I don't think they're going to be aware of this positioning at all. So they're going to try to continue to fight towards this mid-map. Number 5 is going to try to do all he can to try to break this hill. Bits finds one onto Ray. But the spawn's still coming out. I don't think Atlanta is ready for this. As of number 1, still spawns Palace, but I think Icon shot his gun, so they should know. They should know, and now the battle for Palace is on.
Yeah, it looks like Icon may have gotten a little antsy, spotted a player, tried to get the kill, but he's got his teammates working up that left street. For Atlanta, though, this is everything you want. If you're able to sniff out Icon, this is a fantastic setup and rotation. A big fight here. Can Kuji get the win? He does. This is exactly what you want if you're Atlanta. Not only do you get some of the time on that P4, you've got Palace, and that is everything. We mentioned how easily it can be locked in. Let's see if they got it.
Yeah, but number 8 snuck through. You saw Siege make his way all the way up those back steps. Now, this is going to be a parallel spawn battle. You're going to have P2 spawns for Atlanta, side street spawns for the side of Ottawa, and it looks like Icon just walks through the front, finds 2, Bearput finds the 3rd, and they only have 1 more left. The Siege absolutely slams Sweet Babby Ray, just like the Packers did to the Cowboys, and it's all Ottawa in the hill.
Yeah, it's all Ottawa. Some Cowboys fans catching some strays. I know they're heartbroken from earlier, but Ottawa, a massive break, one that you don't really see too often. We talked about Palace Hill being such a massive money hill, but Ottawa just walk right through.
I mean, it's a difference maker right here. Atlanta would have had the lead, and now Ottawa's going to be up by about 40 points. Icon with the SMG on a 4 spree, actually. Also looking to play for this streak. Just decided to play his life. He knows how mixy this P1 can get. Kuji, he's gonna have a gunfight with Kuji. Not going to find it, but Siege on a 5 spree of his own. Could he pick up the cruise missile?
Yeah, he's going to look for that. Unfortunately, gets cut down by Ray. Ray unable to find the second. A big trade from Bits, 13 and 10. And more importantly, the guy's finally touching some time. But the nade connects onto Kuji over the top. It's a 14 and 10 start for Bits. And Ottawa are coming out firing.
I mean, this is exactly what I was afraid of. You knew that AR presence from Ottawa out of Bits and Siege was going to be a difference maker, especially with Kuji mainly running that SMG. Mystic likes to play, you know, really quick with the AR, so you figured Invasion was going to be a nice map pick for Ottawa, as Bits is absolutely frying on a 5 spree of his own. Everybody on the side of Ottawa going off.
Yeah, and I mean, again, most importantly, Ottawa have the rotation. So not only do you lock in a near full 60 P1, you have the rotation of P2. Sure, maybe Atlanta's going to get a little bit of this scrap here. They do find a massive kill onto Bits to deny that cruise missile. But Ottawa are in a great spot. I mean, you're already up 90 points. You have the rotation. You have the setup. You can lock this in. This is your map to lose.
Yeah, you're up 90 points, and Siege, I believe, absolutely piss slams on Diablo in the back of the spawn. But now the Atlanta Pandas will be spawning back Palace. Mystic, the only one you're trying to do something, is able to contest, make sure that time is white for the moment. But Bits and Siege doing everything for their teams. 18 and 11, 20 and 11 on those two. And you just have Icon and Bearbutt doing their things, dropping a little over 1.0 KDs on the side of Atlanta. Kuji, Mystic struggling, a Sweet Babby Ray, the only one even on the side of Atlanta, and this blowout is happening, and it's happening before our very eyes.
Yeah, I mean, it's been clinical. We touched on how important these rotations are and these rotation gunfights, and it's been all Ottawa. They're just winning everything. I don't know if maybe Atlanta's not quite fully warmed up coming into this map, but my God, Ottawa are shooting right now.
Yeah, Ottawa's shooting laser beams. I wish my guns did that, because apparently I can't shoot straight. As CJ absolutely rips Kuji a new one. Yeah, he's gonna need to find that one back in the lab tomorrow. Mystic trying to trade out his buddy, but he's gonna get absolutely world starred as well. CJ on a heater, 22 and 11 for the man, and he's looking to end the map right here.
Yeah, I mean, there were some question marks about Siege and Bits, the new guys on this Ottawa roster, and they are frying. A combined, what is that, 45 and 26 out of the Diamond and the Plat duo. Absolutely insane here for Ottawa.
Yeah, insane. But Atlanta does manage to get the break. Mystic finds a nice little 1 or 2 onto the Ottawa centers, but Atlanta is going to have control of this now. We are going to see a P4, maybe a P5 if Atlanta could do some time on this. And looks like they're going to keep it going just another hill.
I mean, Atlanta able to send us to another hill, but I mean, realistically, how much more time do they have? They need to lock down a full 60 here and then hopefully chain Palace. If you can do those two things, you're right back in this game, but that is so much easier said than done.
Yeah, so much easier said than done, but if you can lock in this first kill and CJ just wins another one on Array. Now, do they have a trophy inside? And they are not going to, so those nades are going to connect. However, a nade connects on a CJ, so we'll back him up for just a little bit, but he's going to try to get some timing on this guy window. Diablo able to get a trade onto his boy, but number 1 and number 5, this is going to be a huge battle as well. Ice Cream going to go to the side of Ottawa, and even if Atlanta does manage to get this all of P4, they're going to have such a hard time with these P2 spawns for Ottawa, and it looks like this may be over as soon as we hit Palace.
Yeah, I mean, it's Bits going massive for Ottawa in the back, winning all of those gunfights. Ice Cream. Number 1 and number 8 fighting right now. That's going to be Alex and Siege. Bits there to back up his Diamond. This is a tough wall to get through. Bits on a 5. Make it number... Little unlucky there. But if you're Atlanta, you got to go now. 8 more points needed for Ottawa.
8 more points needed, and I don't even think Mystic's going to be able to touch the time. 2 seconds, 1 second. That is all she wrote. Ottawa Savage come away with a pretty consistently dominant map 1.
Yeah, I mean, it was clinical. The rotation gunfights were going their way. The scrap time gunfights were going their way. They were making the little sneaky plays when they needed to. They were controlling and manipulating spawns. That is how you play Invasion. Take notes, League. Ottawa just played it about as perfect as you can.
Yeah, 5,400 damage out of the side of Bits. You know, next highest was 1,000 damage away. 21 non-traded kills. 21 non-traded kills for CJ as well, as they put an absolute clinic for the AR. And you know, I kind of expected it, you know, maybe not that dominant, but I did expect Ottawa to win that map 1. You know, it's a tough map for the way Atlanta likes to play. I believe they're a very fast-paced, lot of kills type of team. And so, you know, figure these next 2 Karachis to really benefit their play style, the way Kuji likes to play, the way Mystic likes to play. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they're doing in these next 2 maps. I don't expect it to be a 3-0. But you know, anything can happen on the mainstream.
Hey, any given day, any given Sunday. But I mean, maybe this is why we see Ottawa banning that Karachi hardpoint, Atlanta ban that terminal. You know, it seems like both of these teams have a very defined play style, maps that they're looking to play, maps that they definitely don't want to. So maybe Invasion sneaks through a map that Atlanta doesn't really want. A lot of slower paced, you know, making those long route plays. Maybe not Atlanta's game. So look for him to bounce back here in the Karachi search and destroy. I know Kuji's been grinding. Look for him to take over.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking for him to take over. Just had the pleasure of playing Kuji, and I believe he dropped 15 or 16 on the S&D as well. So look for him to have another superstar performance on the map. Mystic to bounce back as well. You know, we know Diablo. You know, he struggled in the map one, but you know, when you have to go against Bits and CJ shooting nukes out of their gun, not many diamonds and plats are gonna have fun, as we saw firsthand.
Yeah, I mean, there, like I said, going into the map, there were some question marks about the decision to drop Cat and Raba. And I mean, those question marks turned into some exclamation points out of those two players, Siege and Bits, absolutely taking over map 1. If they can keep that up, we might be looking at a 3-0 here, Space.
We could be looking at a 3-0, but I also want to give some love to Icon and Bear Butts. You know, Icon went on that 4 spree, had an insane run, you know, broke that Palace Hill, had some great plays on the P1. And then, of course, you know, Bear Butt just doing his thing, letting his teammates roam, being that third AR on the map, just filling in the gaps where CJ and Bits may have been lacking. You know, but you got to give some love to Atlanta. You know, first rotation, you know, I believe that Palace break, that was their downfall. It was like, what, a 20-point game? They could have easily taken the lead, and then that Palace Hill to that P1 chain just broke them down.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that Palace break is everything. You see how rarely they come through. To get one in that moment where it's a close, tight game, it allows you to break free. Then you can just play off that lead, continue to chalk time, you know, chalk that scrap time, rotate early, win those rotations. And for a map like Invasion, when you have the freedom to just rotate early consistently, it's a great feeling.
All right, yes, it is a great feeling. But looking at the map too, Karachi, as we mentioned before, what do you think Atlanta needs to do to tie up this series?
I mean, you just need to rely on your top 2 players. I mean, Kuji and Mystic, look for them to take over. Obviously, we know Karachi Search can be a map that gets super mixy. Maybe look for some A hits. You know, you respect the ARs of Ottawa and Siege and Bits to maybe lock down that B site. I'd like to see Atlanta try their luck at A, try and make things a little mixy, maybe throw a smoke grenade or 2. Just one, but...
Yes, yeah, smoke grenades, you know, for a lot of people in UR, I realize, have not used smoke grenades in the S&Ds. And yes, in this COD, guys, you can use one per team. So looking to see if maybe somebody uses one of those, maybe even just to try to throw out the bait. You know, you might see some fake nades, some fake stuns, you know, try to get a team to rotate over, and then you have a free site, or maybe just like a 1-on-3 to where you can get that first blood and get a free plant on the other site. Karachi's a very, it's very hard to play. You know, very hard to get to the back of the spawn. It's very easy to get through middle map, but you gotta look to see it. You know, bait out some people. You know, maybe try to get them to watch some other lanes that they aren't, you know, comfortable watching. And you know, that smoke dump comes down. Everybody gets frantic. But now we are heading into map number 2, Karachi S&D. Now I want to hop on board with Kuji. You know, S&D mastermind. You know, he played really well from what I've seen these last few weeks. You know, struggled in the map 1. But I'm thinking he's going to have a big map 2.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking to see Kuji absolutely take over this Karachi Search and Destroy. We know he has the ability. Now it's just time to make it happen.
Now let's hop on board with Mr. Kuji, see what he can do. I believe Atlanta will be on the offensive side, and Kuji will be the bomb carrier, as well as having a smoke. So we will see some smokes. You know, an AR, holding an AR. So I will say, little uncharacteristic. You know, you'd like to see the sub maybe rocking the smoke, or you know, being that bomb carrier. But Kuji, the diamond, says, "I will do it myself," and it's going to be a pretty slow hit as Bits finds the first blood onto Alex.
Yeah, it's a huge first blood for Bits. I was just about to say, I wasn't exactly sure what the setup was for Ottawa here. You don't really have anybody watching that cross to bomb, but you've got Bits pushed up in clock tower. You've got Bear Butt over the top watching that top third. And it works out. Able to find that first blood.
They do get the trade onto CJ in that fire position. Mystic finds it on a Bear, but If I'm Atlanta, I may just wrap this, or I isolate this kill right here. Bits finds another one. Icon finds one on a Mystic, and a 3v2 quickly turns into a 2v1 as Icon finds. Actually, as he finds one, Bits finds two. Diablo left in a 1v2, and I'm not quite sure about that play, Epec.
Yeah, I mean, maybe a bit of a overchow coming in from Kuji there onto Bits. It's a tough gunfight to win, mantling up, taking that guy off the heady. It's a tough fight. Maybe you'd like to see them work a little bit together. Diablo might be able to catch some timing onto Bits here. But with only 3 seconds left in the round, even if he finds Bits, this round's done.
Yeah, this round's done. I would have liked to see either, you throw that smoke down, try to push your way through it in a 3v2, at least put yourself in a tradable position, or throw that smoke, wrap towards A. You killed the guy Fire, you killed a guy Church. You know that and you know where Bits is, so you know that there's only one guy unaccounted for, and he's probably mid-map or Church. So I would have liked to see the wrap towards A. You see a lot of setups in UR, they tend to use the same setup, so look to see maybe Atlanta use that knowledge for the next round.
Absolutely. I mean, I would expect nothing less from the Atlanta Pandas. A well-coached team, obviously led well in game by Kuji. The trades come through here. It's an A-site massacre, but Atlanta do come out on top. Evened up by Bearbutt, though.
Yeah, even up by Bearbutt, another aggressive chow out of Atlanta leads their numbers back down to even, at least this time. Kuji and Diablo versus Bits and Bearbutt. 2v2. Bomb is down though in a little spot, and Kuji's going to get picked out by Bits. Another aggressive play call out of the side of Atlanta, and Diablo is paying the price. Another 1v2.
Yeah, I mean, we know this Atlanta team likes to chow. They like to win their gunfights. But I mean, if you're not winning them, and it looks like Ottawa is just prepared for ththese chows, just holding irons, and people are just walking into them. And in this game, if people walk into your iron, you win those gunfights.
Yeah, Bits 5-0 spree. I believe just 3 or 4 people just over-chowing. It's not something you want to do on Karachi a lot too, because it's really hard to get to the cracks. There's really only 3 ways that you can get to one, and if 2 people are watching 2, you have to get lucky and get the third. Otherwise, you're most likely gonna be killed, or at the very worst, you're gonna be spotted and called out for a trade.
Yeah, I mean, maybe a mid-map adjustment here for Atlanta is get your picks and play your lives. But it looks like a bit of a mid-map to be hit. And Bits isn't able to get over to Clock Tower. That's a huge play for Atlanta to slow him down. Nearly a first blood.
Nearly a first blood, but Kuji's going to be called out. Does have the smoke in hand, so he should be able to play his life. But I think he's going to be caught out in this top 5 position. Unless... Oh, there it is. Siege should have had the first, and he's going to find the second. The Diamond and Plat duo just getting absolutely shut down right now. Ray able to pick one, but he is 1v4 now to 1v3.
Yeah, I will say in the 1v4, that is a huge gunfight to win right there. You deny Bits the cruise missile. So if you're an Atlanta Pandas fan, at least you can take comfort in the fact that Ottawa's not going to have a cruise missile. But unfortunately, they are up 3-0 in the search and destroy.
Yeah, up 3-0. Search and destroy, up 1-0 in the series. Crispy shots out of Bearbutt. 3-1 for Mr. Gold, Mr. Bearbutt over here. He's doing his thing, and his team is frying.
Yeah, I mean, Bearbutt, the captain, he's put together a roster. Maybe some question marks, like I said, map 1 about getting rid of Raba and Cat. Doesn't look like there's any question marks in the gameplay right now. Ottawa are looking fantastic.
You would hope to see Atlanta just do something with one of these first bloods. I believe they've had 2 first bloods. Then they got 2 Piece by Siege to start off that 3rd round. So you want to see them do something with these man advantages. But as I say that, Icon with the first blood of his own, 3v4 for Atlanta.
Yeah, and then there goes Diablo. I mean, Ottawa are just playing this about as well as you possibly can. Same thing we said with the invasion. It's just tight, efficient gameplay.
Yes, tight, efficient, playing the trades, playing your life really well. Icon gets out. No overchild from him. Bearbutt finds Mystic. Kuji on a donut in a 1v4 bomb down. I don't want to say a situation is impossible, but this might be the closest thing to it.
Yeah, I mean, we'll need to see something pretty miraculous, especially with that clock dwindling down. Only 25 seconds left. He's going to miss the jump. Can't quite get up to the top. this round should be over, and it is. It's 4 straight rounds for the Ottawa Savage.
4 straight rounds, and if I could call a timeout right now would be the time to do it for Atlanta. They are looking absolutely lost on the map. No trades coming in, no adjustments, not playing the numbers, over-challing. I mean, I know this team. They're a really solid, great team. They've been playing well, but it just doesn't look like they came to play these first 2 maps.
Yeah, I mean, maybe a bit of an issue with warming up, trying to lock in for the series, but definitely not an issue for Ottawa. They are firing on all cylinders. The gameplay looks crisp. The callouts are probably on point as well. Obviously, we don't do listen-ins for search and destroy, but one can imagine their comms sound great. But it looks like it's about to be a bloodbath at that A site.
Yeah, it's going to be a bloodbath at this A site. Kuji should have the first blood. Nice shots onto Bearbuck. Will shut down that spree. Get him off the donut. And that's just got to feel good for Atlanta. You have another first blood, man advantage. Mystic makes it a 4v2. And Bits and CJ makes it as... Oh, Kuji snaps onto CJ. Thank God. 1v2 for Bits. As I believe he got a nade kill over the top. So, able to trade out his teammate. Now, Mr. 6-1. The Plat, the newcomer himself, struggled on KCC, was dropped, picked up by Ottawa. See if he can have a clutch situation, but it looks like this bomb is being wrapped towards B.
Yeah, it's a fantastic play. If you're Atlanta, I know they're saying, hey, we know Bits plays Clock Tower. With all the noise we made A, he's got to be wrapping. You wrap to B, you're going to have that free plant. Bits should be nowhere close to contest. It's all going to come down to that post plant setup for Atlanta. Let's see if they can lock in their first round.
Yeah, they should be able to lock this in. You know, you have Kuji and Mystic. The 2 people you want in this situation. But I think Kuji's going to get picked. He's going to get awful timing right here. He's going to get off time, but Bits misses some of his shots. And if I'm Kuji, I'm running. I'm running because Bits is absolutely frying on 4 HP now. Thank God he wasn't on 1 because he would have killed himself with that fall. Mystic, 1v1 to try to put a round on the board. And I think Bits has an idea of where he's at.
Yeah, but I love this little off angle from Mystic. He's going to be able to check the bomb, finds Bits. Guy wins a ridiculous gunfight against Kuji there, but he's unable to get the round. And it's a scary one, but it is a round on the board for the Atlanta Pandas.
Yeah, it's a nice little round on the board. Yeah, like I said, even as I said in the map 1, it feels nice to get the guns going. You know, maybe they're just a reverse sweep type of team, but you know, who knows? 4-0. You know, crazier things have happened in UR.
That they have. I mean, it's not quite the full sale, but it's pretty damn close. We'll see if Atlanta can keep it going. Mystic 5-4 on a 2 spree, and it looks like he's going to have some work to do defending this A site, as it looks like Ottawa has chosen to attack it.
Yeah, and he's sitting on those back stairs, calling the Anakin stairs for the stair glitch, costing Chicago their only win of the year. Sorry, Anakin, I don't know if you're in the chat or not, but Bits, another ridiculous win on the Mystic. Diablo is able to trade him out. 2v3, make it a 1v3 for Mr. Sweet Babby Ray. And it is looking oh so bleak for the Pandas, as they look like they're going to be going extinct pretty soon.
I mean, Ray's in a good spot to clutch this, though. He's able to find Siege, and now it's just Icon and Bearbutt left. I like this play from Ray. If he can wrap around this left side here, I don't think he's going to spot Icon there. Our X-Ray obviously makes it a lot clearer.
Yeah, you know, X-ray vision really helps. You know, we have legit walls, not hacks. So he's going to find one again onto Bearbutt. Should know the position of Icon is in this bottom red building, but Icon's going to play his life really well, and this bomb will not be defused, as Icon's going to, well, not find the trade just yet, as Ray gets away with his life, but it's not going to matter. Ottawa's going to be up 5-1, even if Icon can't get this kill, and Atlanta is going to need a miracle just to come back on this map.
Yeah, I mean, again, just well played from Ottawa. That patience pays off yet again. We saw it in map 1, and it was Icon again who was being patient in that palace break, who opened everything up, allowed Siege to get pushed up, trade him out. You see it again here. The 1v1 comes through. Icon just plays the clock, knows Ray isn't going to hop the bomb. Well played.
I want to see Atlanta like push out this mid map. I want to see him get control. They know Siege loves to play that fire bottom red position. When they know where Bits loves to play. Number 3 right here gets a little bit of mid map control, but I want to see him play inside that P1. It's a, you know, a lot of people might not realize it, but it's a very good spot to play. As Siege now finds 2. Atlanta looking oh so desperate for a win, and they are not looking to find one in this round.
Yeah, I mean, the little off angle from Siege, he's able to find the kills. He's going to keep going. He finds Ray. Give him the ace here if he can find Kuji. If Kuji kept running up those stairs, he was about to give it to him.
Kuji finds another one, left in a 1v2 now. We can hop on board with Kuji, see if he can clutch this round. Is able to fully regen. This would be the ace for Kuji, I believe, as well. So ace for Siege, 1v4 slash ace for Kuji on the line. So see if he can make a ridiculous moment happen for Atlanta just to keep them alive in this map too.
Yeah, the problem is Siege knows that bomb's down. It's such a tough gunfight, but Kuji wins it. And things get scary now. Kuji versus Bearbutt. The 1v1. Bearbutt is nowhere near this B bomb.
Yeah, Kuji,
clock's ticking.
Kuji might try to get this bomb towards A, and he's going to get great timing. Bearbutt's expecting a B hit, but now he's going to wrap back towards A. I don't think he's going to check this A bomb site, and he's not. He's going to get horrible timing. Will Kuji get this time down? Kuji should get this bomb down. He will. 0.3 seconds on the clock. A 1v4 in the cards for Kuji, I believe.
Oh, and he's catching some great timings. He's able to get across to Diner. Bearbutt is going to fall and drop. Kuji, the shots just cannot find the kill. We saw Icon clutch from this position the round prior by playing the clock. Does Kuji get aggressive in Chal, or does he play the clock?
I think Kuji is making the read that Bearbutt is somewhere around this red position. You know, he has to go around. He sees him, and that's going to be a huge clutch for Kuji. Oh my gosh, stop it.
An absolutely disgusting 1v4 clutch to keep Atlanta on the map. I mean, when you need him most, he's there. It's Kuji.
I mean, give him the ace, give him everything. This man is saying, guys, we are not going home quietly. I will do it all myself. Now, can he get this cruise missile and maybe, you know, win this round? You know, get a cruise missile, you would hope that's also around. Make it a 5-3, 5-4, and then that's when you start feeling yourself. The other team starts saying, hey, guys, like, they're starting to come back. The curse might be real. And looks like Ottawa's going to try to bring this bomb up mid-map, and I think Kuji's ready for it as he's going to toss a nade out and see if he can connect on one.
And nade's going to land, tag up a player, back him up. Not going to be able to find any picks just yet. Bearbutt up top. Kuji spots him. The Chal doesn't come through, but it's sweet. Babby Ray on the other side of the map, finding the pick on Siege, just takes a route through that A-bomb, shoots him in the back. About as free of a first blood as you'll ever see.
Yeah, and most importantly, he gets away with his life and repositions. So now, Ottawa has to be scared of the positioning out of him as Bits eats an entire clip and shuts down that streak of Kuji. Bearbutt also finds on a Diablo another 4v3 turned into a man advantage for Ottawa. But number two, look at number two. Mystic and Ray combine now for 2, and the numbers go back in favor of Atlanta just as I say that.
Yeah, I mean, 2 massive kills. I don't think Bits spots Ray there. Might be able to catch a timing, but he's going to walk right in front of him. Shot in the back. It's a 3rd round on the board now for the Atlanta Pandas. And don't look now, but Ottawa, you've given up 2 in a row. You give up 2 more, and we're going to around 11.
Yeah, but a good thing on Bits' side, he does shut down the streak from Kuji. So you do not have to worry about a cruise missile raining down from hell or heaven or whatever. Kuji has now put some life into this team. Ray on a 3 spree of his own. Mystic getting back to even. Diablo, you want to see maybe a little bit more out of him as he's struggling. Now let's see if Ray maybe can try to put some magic on this spree and bring Atlanta to a nice 5-4 deficit.
Yeah, and it looks like it's going to be that B hit for Atlanta. Ray trying to get up on top, just can't quite land the jump, but again, Bits pushed up in that clock tower positioning. It's the same setup from the very first round, but this time it's Diablo finding the first blood on Siege. Absolutely massive for Atlanta.
Yeah, and Mystic finds another one on Icon, pushes out that A-bomb. They should know this A side is completely free. If I'm Atlanta, I'm rotating this bomb now. You've killed both players that like to play towards A. This bomb should be rotated, and because Bits, we know how much he likes to play this clock tower, and just as I say that, Bearbutt is able to find Mystic. Diablo's going to overchild. Bits put down to 6 HP. So I want to see Atlanta rotate this bomb, and I want to see him rotate it quick, and it's finally out of there.
Yeah, a great play from Bits to play his life. If he drops there, he leaves Bearbutt in a 1 versus 3. Now it's only a 2 versus 3. He's able to survive. And Bearbutt's making this read. If he can kill this bomb planter or maybe find the pick mid, he is going to find the trade mid. Fortunately for Atlanta, Diablo takes one down before he dies.
I mean, I called Diablo's name at the beginning of this round, and he shuts down Siege and shuts down Bits. That's exactly what you needed out of Diablo. A big round out of him. Ray's still on the 3 spree of his own. Kuji tucked away in this corner. Bearbutt's position is known. Will he check the corner? Yes, he will. Shots reign supreme, but Ray will win the gunfight. Don't look now, chat. 5-4 Ottawa.
I mean, if you're Ottawa, do you start to sweat a little bit here? You've given up 3 rounds in a row to Atlanta, and it all started from a 1v4, a round you should have won to close out the map. You think maybe it's in their heads a little bit?
I think it's in their heads because honestly, with the way the first couple rounds went, Atlanta should have won this map. They gave away 2, maybe 3 rounds where they had the man advantage, first blood, everything could have gone their way, and just gave it away by being a little too aggressive. Now, Ray is going to be on this the A bomb site. Nade's coming over. Calm should come to his team. Mystics here on Overwatch.
Yeah, I mean, Sweet Baby Ray in the comms. Guys, I'm getting naded at A. Help. Mystics in a great spot here to watch over the top there, but I don't think Mystic spotted his feet. Obviously, he's a lot clearer to see for us, but he's still able to win the gunfight. Takes down one. Kuji on the other side finds Icon, and it's all falling apart for Ottawa. But it's Bits and Siege, the heroes, who even the numbers back up.
Bits and Siege, the heroes, and they've shut down Kuji and Mystic, the 2 that have been giving them a lot of trouble. Ray, 4 spree, but they should have a free B site. And just like I've said over and over again, Atlanta just giving away those number advantages to 4v2 turned into a 2v2. No trades came out. And now you have to try to get this B bomb site when you know someone's probably going to be top 3rd and someone's going to be Clock Tower or Coop.
Yeah, and it looks like Siege might be able to catch a timing here onto Diablo. He climbs up top here. Checks the bomb, sees there's nothing there. Spots Ray, the shots land. Diablo up top, a big win for Siege, and now it's the 1 versus 2 to keep Atlanta alive for Sweet Babby Ray.
Yeah, this one should be all she wrote as the trade should come down. A 4v2 out of Bits and Siege to end Atlanta's hopes of a comeback, and that is just a heartbreaker, Epic.
I mean, that one really hurts if you're Atlanta. You can take some solace in the fact that, hey, we had a really slow start. We started heating up towards the end. Instead of saying, instead of focusing on the fact that we didn't make the comeback, let's take those hot guns into Karachi control and slam.
Yeah, slam. I mean, look at this. 2,000 damage out of Bits. 1,800. Same with Kuji. 7 kills for 2,100 damage. You got to imagine maybe he finishes a couple more of those kills. Gets a couple more floods. And this goes totally different, but like I said, it's just those mid-round, that mid-round gameplay, the mid-round adjustments that people were making, the decision-making on Ottawa just seemed to be a little bit cleaner.
Yeah, I mean, again, sort of similar to map 1, it's the patience paying dividends for Ottawa, just almost completely neutralizing the speed that Atlanta's known to play with.
Yeah, I mean, Kuji wants to fly, Mystic wants to fly, and I just think there's a couple times they got a little too aggressive, left Diablo in some 1v2s after they were in a 3v2 situation. So you got to imagine that they feel like, hey, should have won that map. Let's go into Karachi control. We get one here. The old saying goes, shout out Kev, don't let me get one because I'll take another, and then I'll take everything. So Atlanta's going to look to do the impossible and get a reverse sweep on the cards, but I believe this team can do it, Epic.
I mean, hey, Karachi control seems tailor-made to their play style. Then you get sub-base right after, which I would assume, based on the way the bans went, is their map pick. I mean, you've got your 2 maps here. Let's see if you can win them.
Yeah, it's going to need to be the Mystic Kuji show for Atlanta. Ray has done his thing. Mr. Alex has done his thing. Diablo, he had a couple good rounds. Can't fault him for being left in 1v2s against diamonds and plats and not clutching it. But you do want to see maybe to see Diablo try to shut down Icon on the side of Ottawa. Don't let him get going with the SMG. I do not know if he'll be running it. in the control, but I most likely will assume he will.
Yeah, I would assume that we'll be seeing Icon moving around with that SMG. Don't necessarily love his matchup, as you'd assume Kuji's going to be rocketing it as well. Expect that matchup to go in Kuji's favor, but so far, it's Icon and Ottawa who are popping off.
Yeah, absolutely popping off. So now, Karachi control. I mentioned it before in the beginning of the broadcast. It's a very spawn-heavy, or I should say, you can spawn kill very heavily in this map. On offense, all you got to do is push up that useless. You can make them spawn all the way in the back and just cut them as they cross, or they spawn in that little room or on the cafe. Especially, and if you have cafe control, they have to either hit the dumpster or hit the alley. And by that time, the point's either capped or they're getting absolutely gunned down.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. You can set up the spawn trap on both sides. For defense, look for them to try and take control of that junk area to set up the spawn trap. Junk and coop, you can lock in those players, force the offensive team to just spend several lives trying to get out of it. On the flip side, offense, you can spawn trap that back useless area from both sides. You can spawn trap it from that B street. You can spawn trap it from pushing up through Diner, through P2 to that dumpster. So look to see whichever team starts to find the majority of those kills, establish their flow early, look for them to take over.
Yeah, so far, the playstyle of Ottawa has just been trumping the playstyle of Atlanta. Siege and Bits hanging on those power positions that we've seen, playing the off angles, the long-range gunfights with the AR. So you're looking to see them play, top third, top 5, or top 10, get those long-range gunfights, trying to beam kids on the headies. Especially if you have Kuji flying at you, you do not want to chow him up close and personal. And we're going to be hopping into map 3, so it's going to be a good one, I'm hoping.
Map 3, here we go. Karachi control. Is it going to be the 3-0 hot sweep for Ottawa? Or is Atlanta going to give us a map 4? I know I, for one, would like to stay here in the booth with you just a little bit longer. I'm hoping to see a map 4.
I mean, we were absolutely blessed a couple days ago with Dallas and Houston. For those of you who didn't watch it, absolutely banger matchup. Game 5, round 11. If you want to see hype, gunfights, turn-ons, everything else, you got to go watch the stream. Epex channel, go follow it. But as we hop on board with Sweet Babby Ray, let's see what they can do on defense.
Yeah, and I mean, you touched on it in the pre-match highlights. This A site, usually pretty easy to capture. Maybe some lives go down back and forth, but Atlanta on the defense, being cut down early. 2 kills go their way. Looks like they're all gonna start fighting for that B rotation.
Yeah, 2 kills go the way, but it looks like it's gonna be a 2-stack on the side for A. I think Atlanta might elect to just give this up unless Kuji just rips one off a heady, but it's only gonna be for a kill as Diablo finds one. Can he find the second? Yes, he can, but the A point will be captured. But now you have a 4-down situation for Atlanta. You can try to set up this spawn trap, and Sweet Babby Ray is trying to get pushed up, but I think he knows the play from number 7, who's on Overwatch, I believe, top 3rd. He knows everybody's going to be coming.
Yeah, I absolutely love that play from Kuji. He gets pushed up mid-cut and shows the patience to let those spawners pass him by. But Bits finds 2 big ones. I feel like we've been saying that all series. 3-1 start for Bits. It's a 3-1 start for Kuji as well. Does get taken down. Let's see this B hit from the Ottawa.
Yeah, B
and
hit
as
from
I say
Ottawa.
that, it's 4 down.
Absolutely shut down. Mystic and Ray each find 2 of their own. Look at Diablo. He is pushed up into the spawn, making him spawn in the back, and he's setting up the spawn trap of himself, playing his life absolutely beautifully. This is exactly what you want to see out of a Silver.
I mean, this is the setup for Atlanta. This is exactly what you want to see. Little question mark as number 4 slips through. Mystic able to find it. That's a huge kill. Or I apologize. Bearbutt actually finds the kill onto Kuji. It was a different gunfight. And now the setup maybe starting to fall apart.
Yeah, it falls apart, but you have a huge life lead. You've already drained that clock down. Sweet Babby Ray should have won the gunfight. Bitch rips his head off on those back Anakin stairs. And now you're going to be able to get pushed up forward. Kuji not able to find an icon, and now this is where things start to get dangerous. But Mystic is able to trade him out, and now it looks like Ottawa's going to have at least one on the site.
Yeah, but now that Mystic falls, watch those spawns come out deep B Street for Atlanta. Kuji and Diablo have to go massive. Bearbutt, the lone member on the point. Sweet Baby Ray able to find that kill. Atlanta need these kills to go their way. A team kill comes through, but if you're Atlanta, you have stabilized for the moment.
Stabilized for the moment, absolutely. Siege, the only one really in a position to do much as he waits for his teammates, but Diablo cuts down Icon. That's exactly what I brought up in the pre-match, but Bearbutt does trade onto Kuji. DJ should be called out here. He's going to be the only one in position. 15 seconds left. Alex should be ready for this gunfight, but he is unaware. The call doesn't come in. The reload cheese comes out as Kuji's going to find one onto Siege. Not able to find one on Icon. 12 seconds left. One person on this B point, but now you have 4 lives remaining. Icon is the only one in position, but he finds 2. Absolutely massive kill, but Mystic will put it down as he finds another one on the Siege. The round will go to the side of Atlanta.
Yeah, that should be a round win for Atlanta, and it is. Icon goes crazy back diner, but it's not quite enough as Atlanta are able to secure the defensive round win.
Yeah, it's got a little scary though first. Siege finds one. He hits that back alley. Able to find, I believe, Alex. Almost finds a second on Akuji, but the reload cheese does come in. You know, we all been there where we reload a little too early. Someone pops into our sights, and then we look like a bot on the map and just get absolutely gunned. Icon made it a little scary after that, finding 2, but Mystic comes in with 2, saves the team. 11-7 start for him. He's finally bounced back.
Yeah, it's a great start for Mystic. And I like this. It's an aggressive B8 for Atlanta. Say, hey, you know, our aggression's been getting met by the slow plays of Ottawa, and it's met again. So maybe not the best play call.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that call exactly. Everybody just kind of solo chopped their gunfights, and Siege and Icon were just able to solo out the gunfights. You know, play in a good position, but Mystic doesn't matter. He says, "Fine, guys, you can't get the kills. I'll get them myself." 13-7, nice little 2-piece for him. Now, should find this kill onto the A site. Does do that, but now he's gonna overpeak a little bit, and Icon will shut him down.
Yeah, I mean, Mystic trying to do everything he can, and if you're an Atlanta Panda fans, that is what you want to see. Mystic heating up on the map. 15-8, what a start for him. But it's still Ottawa with control. They haven't even given up a tick onto A yet, but Atlanta are on, and it's Bits again.
Atlanta's on. Diablo is going to find one. Can he find the second on the bear? But shot's a little shaky. Put some shots onto him, but Bits with the SMG in hand, not able to get away with his life. So Atlanta should get onto this A point, and they're going to need it because picks are going to be huge. And a Kobe from Mystic downtown, looking like CJ Stroud in the pocket as he's going to find the little Kobe, but Bearbutt will find 2 as Bits finds 3. Atlanta shut down in this round of control, but they could make a play towards B.
Yeah, Ottawa may have actually trolled this. They put so much emphasis towards A. If Sweet Baby Ray and some members from Atlanta can stay alive on the B zone, it might could have gone hairy, but the kills go towards Ottawa. And now the last member there is going to be Diablo. He's not going to be able to find anything. The clock runs out, and my God, what a defensive round from the Ottawa Savage.
Yeah, it was a great clinical round. Got a little scary, though. But Siege was able to watch the cutoff, able to pick up the first one, put shots down into the next 2, and you see finishes him off with the pistol. They weren't able to get back onto that A point. So a pretty clinical round out of Ottawa, and they now have the advantage if it goes to a round 5.
Yeah, right now they're up massively in the ticks. They at least captured the A point on their attack. Atlanta unable to do so. We'll see what the opening break looks like for Ottawa. Looks like it's still going to be an emphasis on capturing that A zone, giving yourself some more time to work with.
Yeah, I mean, shout out Icon. 10 kills already, you know, 10-13 out of a silver SMG. Doing what he needs to do on the map. Outperforming a lot of people on the side of Atlanta in this map. But finds one on Nakuji, and this A point is probably going to be captured once again without fairly much contest unless Alex and Mystic can combine. And as I say that, Diablo finds a second one. But it looks like Ray will trade it on the Siege. But Icon in the hill just soaking up this objective.
Yeah, I mean, Icon's going absolutely massive here for Ottawa. We highlighted that matchup, Icon and Kuji. So far, it's been advantage Icon and Ottawa. But Kuji starting to heat up on a 2 spree of his own, 11-11. Unfortunate timing there. Does get taken down by Siege. And now that A zone looking to go Ottawa's way. It's going to be number 5, Mystic, the last one to try and contest, but he's able to find both. 2 big kills for Mystic. And that A zone does not go to Ottawa.
Yeah, the A zone doesn't go to Ottawa, but look at that. They're already going to have 2 ticks on a B. They let him through, And Kuji will find one. This should hope to be traded out as CJ is going to be the last one alive on this backside. The pistol in hand finds two. The collat with the pistol. You don't see that often. Bits will find a third. The only one left in a position here is Diablo. Siege is on a rampage.
Yeah, Siege is frying, and then from this position, you can trap these players in the back. The pistol out, he's not able to find the two-piece with it again, but his teammates do. That B zone is flying through. It's completed. You already have a member on A. It's Bits. Can you win the offensive round? And Ottawa secure their second round of the map, now 1 round away from the 3-0.
CJ looking like John Wick out here with the pistol. Finds an insane two-piece on the half wall. Able to find a third after that. And he just solos the B point when it looks like Atlanta was finally able to get some control. And then you see Bits set up for the A zone, trusting his teammates to get that point, and just sits on the A point uncontested.
Yeah, I mean, a great play from Bits. Again, it looks like the comms, communication, and game plan coming into this series is working perfectly for Ottawa. And if you're Atlanta, this is your last chance. You need 2 straight rounds or your series is done.
Yeah, Atlanta needs to pull a reverse Atlanta and actually clutch up in game time situations. We know the city of Atlanta and their history of choking, so we're hoping to see that maybe they can do the same to Ottawa. You know, shout out the Falcons in the Super Bowl and everything, but Sweet Baby Ray is able to find one on a Siege. This A zone, Bits is just laying down, trying to get into a little cruddy position, is able to do so, but Kuji and Mystic combined for 2, and this A point should start to go to the way of Atlanta.
Yeah, it's been a great map for Mystic so far, 21-14. He's been putting in work around the objective as well. Just nobody at Atlanta really there to back him up. He needs some help. But the good news for Atlanta is you have at least secured a tick onto the A zone on this offense, so you're doing better than last time.
You're doing better than last time, and I mean, like, that's not to knock on Atlanta, because the slang is pretty much fairly even on both sides, but Ottawa's just playing as a team more and more. Every time I see him, it's team pushes, it's 2 people chowing at the very least, it's more proficient trades, and you see just like this, Diablo just pushes up by himself. Bits is now left alive, and then Mystic does follow up late, but the trades are just coming in late. Now he's left alive, trying to fight you. Wow, almost snaps onto the third. Sweet trade, and that's what you want to see out of Atlanta. Just nice, clean, efficient trades. Stop that clock. You have 16 lives for Ottawa, 21 for yourself, and a B point in a minute 42 to capture it.
Yeah, I mean, for Atlanta, it's maybe not even so much that you're misplaying as much as it is that Ottawa is just locked in right now, winning all of their gunfights. The trades are coming through, like you said. The teamwork on point. For Atlanta, you just need to start getting some of those team chows working together. You know, as corny as it may sound sometimes, it never hurts to get a 3-2-1 chow in there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we love comms in here. Shout out Icon you. We know his famous saying, good comms, and that's just got to be the comms out of CJ and Bits must be absolutely stellar, because you know he must be saying it a lot.
Oh yeah, I mean, Siege is absolutely taking over the map too. Oh my god, he wins another crazy one onto Mystic. And Ottawa, they've brought the lives back. They were down tremendously. Now, under a minute remaining for Atlanta, your series on the line. Bits finding the kill onto Kuji. Icon finding the kills. It's all Ottawa in the feed. But it's number 5, Mystic, who has snuck through.
Yeah, they've snuck through, but I think Bearbutt and Co are ready for this. They are watching this dumpster heady. Mystic is not going to be ready for it, and he is rightly met with an AR to the throat. But Atlanta trying to push out this church alley. Another one trying to hit this hop-up. As mid-map is all control. I believe Icon is going to have a free 2-piece if he jumps out this church window. And as I say that, all 4 dead for Atlanta. Ottawa looking to put a statement on this Week 4 matchup.
Yeah, and I don't even know that they're going to have time to get there with number 2 Siege playing this cutoff angle. He's going to find both, and that might just do it. Number 5 Mystic's going to find the kill, but he can't get to the zone to contest. That's going to be your series. It's a 3-0 for the Ottawa Savage.
I mean, 3-0 DoorDash sweep out here. It wasn't even... I mean, besides from a almost insane S&D comeback out of Atlanta, it felt pretty clinical for the side of Ottawa. A pretty convincing 3-0.
Yeah, I mean, just great teamwork, great comms, great plays. And that's how you win a series, man. I
mean, 26-20 out of Mystic. You know, he did his thing. Kuji, 3,600 damage. You look at Siege, 29 and 17 with almost 5K damage, 20 non-traded kills, and the rest of his team just picked up in the slaying department. Atlanta just looked a little bit outclassed today. You know, we all have our bad matchups. I don't think by any means this Atlanta team is a bad team. I think they're actually going to be a dangerous threat when it comes to playoffs. I just think maybe the matchup, maybe the map sets just didn't favor them quite as much as they would have hoped, and they just were outclassed today.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a case of matchups, like you said. The play style for Ottawa was very much slow, methodical teamwork. For Atlanta, it's very much so that fast plays. Hey, we're better than you type plays, and you know when you're playing against a team that doesn't have that teamwork down packed like Ottawa did, that works, and that's why Atlanta's a scary team. This series by no means should have Atlanta dropping a ton of spots in our power rankings. By no means should this series be used to say, Atlanta's maybe not as good as we thought. I really truthfully think this matchup just came down to the play styles.
I do think that is a fact. And, of course, Sweet Baby Ray, it's only his first week with the team. You only can imagine that they're going to get more reps in, more practice in there. They used to, I believe, had Mizzy as their original goal before he got moved up to a plat and eventually had some issues that he had to deal with where he was unable to play. And then Lurch played with them for a week, absolutely fried, and he got moved up. So now you bring in a third gold in almost as many weeks. So, it's got to be a tough adjustment. Keep playing with different people. And, he still did his thing, but I do think that, a few tweaks here and there, especially in that S&D, where I believe that they should have won based on their numbers advantage. And, that just comes with knowing what your teammates are doing, playing with reps, playing trades. And I just think that that it's time, though, for the funeral to be put on as we press F to pay respects in the chat for Atlanta. I do think they will be back, though.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you really touched on it as well. Third goal in as many weeks. The teamwork there, maybe that's why we're seeing some cracks in it for this matchup. And I mean, in a game like Modern Warfare 3, teamwork is everything. And so, if your pacing's off even just a little bit, maybe that's kind of what we've been seeing with this Dallas super team that we saw before the season started. Maybe some pacing issues there, not quite on the same page. I think kind of seeing the same thing here with Atlanta in this matchup. But just like with Dallas, expect for those issues to be stamped out, ironed out in scrims, going over VOD. These guys will get on the same page, and they're going to be gross.
They're going to be gross, and they're going to have a great matchup next week. I believe they play the Baltimore Krakens, led by Geo and Darkrai. So that's going to be a great matchup, a great SMG matchup for Kuji and Geo. You're going to want to tune into that one, chat, because I believe that is probably going to decide, second, maybe third place in this division, as I believe Ottawa's moved up to 3-1, and Atlanta is now sitting at 2-2. And I mean, a couple of these matchups in these last couple of weeks could decide a very tight group, because Carolina will be playing against Ottawa next week. So I believe Carolina's roster has also been revamped.
Yeah, I mean, look for the playoff race to get really tight here. We've got a lot of competitive teams this season. Maybe looking at it on paper, there were some thoughts that, there were some guarantees of who was going to make playoffs. Everything up in the air right now. A lot of question marks for a lot of these pools. Don't really know who we're going to see come out. So make sure you're tuning into these next few weeks' matchups. Huge playoff implications.
Absolutely huge playoff implications in the pool of death. I believe this week we still have San Diego and LAG. Absolutely fire matchup. I know you'll be a part of that one, Epec.
Absolutely.
Looking forward to that. I believe right now on another stream, an affiliate stream, we have Detroit and New York Insomnia. For those of you that want to watch more Call of Duty, if you want to watch Z take on Chelsea and co., go tune on over. I believe it is also in the announcements chat. You'll want to watch that. And then, of course, to round out this group, we have Carolina and Baltimore.
Absolutely. Like you said, next week, our matchup against LAG will actually be this Tuesday night.
Ooh, Tuesday night. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, again, everybody, you've got a stream up right now, carrying over with another match. Getting word from Texas Cyclone that this stream will be rating that one as well. So stick around in the chat. Don't head out just yet. We're going to slide you on over so you don't have to touch a thing. We're going to get you over to see some more United Rogue Call of Duty action here in just a moment.
Yeah, I mean, it was a pleasure casting on the main stream with you, Epec. We felt like we could we put on a show. Had a great time casting, great time dressing up for the occasion. For those in the chat, I appreciate you mentioning the cat ears and the bow tie. We just wanted to add a little personality, a little spice to the stream. have a little bit of fun, our own style. So we thank you, all of you guys, for coming out and supporting. And of course, thank you to the man behind the screen, behind the backstage, everything, Mr. Texas Cyclone. Like we said before, he does a lot. So hearts in the chat for Mr. Texas Cyclone. EPEC, it was an absolute pleasure. Congratulations to Ottawa on their nice 3-0 victory. Looking forward to see these next couple weeks in action. And now let's take it on to New York Insomnia versus Detroit, as we will see you all later. Peace out.
To disagree, travel the world in the 7 seas. Everybody's looking for something. Sweet dreams are made of this. Who am I to disagree? Travel the world in the 7 seas. Everybody's looking for something. Sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I to disagree? Travel the world in the 7 seas. Everybody's looking for something. Some of them want to use you.